What's going down, man? It's your boy, Donnie Houston. We celebrating 3 years of chopping it up right here on the Donnie Houston podcast. Go to DonnieHoustonReal.com right now and get you one of these brand new Choppers t-shirts available in the mono black, tight white, and the gray tape edition. What's going down, man? It's your boy, Donnie Houston, tapping in. I want to tell y'all about Miss Mary's Really Dough Pie, man. If you know about Really Dough, you know that's a Mr. 3-2 saying. So it's only right that his mom, Miss Mary, take that name and start this new pie business that she got going on, man. I want to tell you about these pies, man. Listen, you can't find these pies anywhere in the store. This is a one-of-a-kind recipe. This is gold. This goes all the way back to the family in Louisiana. The dough, listen, you've never had anything this amazing. Trust me, this is the most amazing pie you will ever have in your life. She got so many flavors to choose from. My personal favorite is the apple pie. But listen, sweet potato pies, cherry pies, peach pies, man. Any kind of pie you want, man. Miss Mary got it, and it's the truth. Really though. So listen, man. Call that number on the screen right now and get you a Miss Mary's Really Dough Pie. Tell her Donnie Houston sent you. Hey, man, it's going down. These pies are amazing. Really though.
Donnie Houston.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man. Yeah, man, it's going down. It's Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. Man, we got a couple of special guests in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? They're part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been seeing them on the channel doing everything with the animation. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Pimp C animations. And we just here to chop it up and, get y'all familiar. You know what I mean? Let y'all know what they've been up to and, just what it is in the animation world, man. So, yeah, what's going down?
Hello. What's the deal? I go by
David and Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Johnny and David, man. What's going on, man? How y'all boys doing?
You can't draw Johnny. You know what I'm saying? The boys know. And you are?
I'm David Flores. I go by Zap Animate as well.
We sure went together there. You Can't Animate. So you see the You Can't Animate Donnie Houston podcast at the beginning of the animations, man. That's what it is. Is You Can't Animate together.
Yes, sir.
And, they in the house, man. So what's going on? Can y'all, while we talking, can y'all animate this part right here?
Yes, we can. What you want to be doing? You want to be in Dragon Ball Z? You want to be in Pokemon? Where you want to be at? Cause we can take it there.
We'll be right here.
The whole situation.
I'm just here. Just what style of animation you want? Cause we can do it all.
Yeah, we can do anything.
Just give us one. What cartoon you watch growing up?
Man, shit. I used to watch shit like Wayne Head and shit, though.
Okay, you gonna be in Wayne Head universe right now.
Okay.
And then we gonna go back to live action.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a bet.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as that.
Watch. He gonna see it with his there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they gonna watch it, so I mean.
For sure.
I'm talking through it as if it's already happening.
I know.
You know
That's what These niggas are amazing.
For sure. Yeah.
For sure.
So, that's what You Can't Animate is about, man. So, talk about because I mean, it's two parts to it. You know what I'm saying? It's the drawing and it's the animation part. So,
Yes, sir.
Johnny, talk about because it starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Just how you just got into what you were getting into. You know what I'm saying? As far
Let me tell you this sad story of childhood. I've been drawing since like the age of 5, right? I used to live on the north side, and I live on the southwest side in the A-Leaf. Starting A-Leaf. I stayed in Chelsea Lane Apartments. Back when my sisters were having like dope house parties and all that, when my mom was at work, I would be drawn to escape my environment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't partaking in all the shit that was going on in the other room, so I'm in the room, mad TV on or something, just drawing late at night because I'm like, I want better one day. You know what I'm saying? Why are they smoking drugs and shit like that? That's how I grew up and everything like that. Through time, as I was failing art class, I kept drawing the shit that I wanted to draw. You know what I'm saying? And then just kept elevating. I never let it go. It was to the point where I would go somewhere. It could be like a event, barbecue or something, I got my drawing pad with me looking crazy because my ideas just always stayed in my head. So in progressing throughout the years, I got into painting T-shirts. I don't know if you remember there was an era where everybody wore tall tees and they had painted T-shirts on. That's when I was going to Club Metropolis, and I met Joke the Smoke through there. So I'm under the wing of Joke. I'm painting T-shirts and everything like that, and I just always had the art craft with me. Excuse me. Throughout years, I just kept elevating with it. So we went from drawing in a drawing pad, drawing on T-shirts. Then I had got my first laptop with my stylus pen. Then I started doing digital. I was horrible with it, doing mixtape covers for $30 and shit like that. Then just kept going and going and going and did not let it go. You can't draw stems from being told to stop because you can't do shit with it. You know what I'm saying? I ignored that clearly. So it'd be examples. I get off work, my coworkers, they finna go to the strip club, go to the bar, man, I'm finna go home and draw. Ah, man, you tripping. Nah, man, I got this bright idea, this vision. Ain't nobody believing that shit. I was looking crazy. And then I just kept going. The whole thing was I didn't have a niche. So as I'm perfecting my craft, I'm looking at Marvel, DC. I'm like, if I can't be a Marvel and DC or Disney, I'm going to create my own. That's how I was thinking. And just kept going and going and going. And then one day I was in a car with my homeboy, Champagne, Poppy, whatever, Uncle Rich. I was giving him a logo. And I'm like, man, I'm thinking about making my website name YouCan'tDraw.com. Being sarcastic, being an asshole. He's like, man, that actually sounds dope. So I decided You Can't Draw. Looked it up. Then I started learning the trademark and all that to protect my shit. Trademarked it and just kept going. Then throughout that time, I was doing mixtape covers for B King because my homies used to rap for him way back in high school, C3E or whatnot. And so I was always around him, listening to his music even when they stopped messing with him. And I was like, man, this man talking about Pokemon and shit like that. So I drew a little cover art on Twitter. And he shared it. He like, hey, man, I got an idea. And that's how we linked. My boy Daniel used to do the other graphic part, and I did the drawing to the point where I just knew how to do everything. And I just kept going and kept going and kept going. Astroworld is what put me on. So I'm paying attention to the culture of music. I listen to everybody in Houston. And I see a lot of people don't get along, right? I seen B King and Travis having their little issues. And I say, you know, I'm finna unite the H. I'm gonna put everybody in the same roller coaster because life is a roller coaster. We all on this journey together. And then that started breaking through. Then Elliot of Houston Trend was sharing it. And when he shared it on his platform, that's how Trey seen it. That's how Kiki seen it. And other important people in the city. Eventually it was making so much traction to the point where Shenandoah hit me up. And that's how I ended up getting on KHOU Channel 11 News. And that was big. And that established You Can't Draw. And it was up from there. It's crazy. What was going on with you while I was doing all these things? This is an interesting story. Boys be hating.
Yeah, basically. So, you know, we have a kind of like a similar story. You know, same thing. I grew up drawing since I was like 5 years old. I was always the artistic person in the family. You know what I mean? And from 5 to 14, I was always drawing. Eventually, I graduated. Once I graduated, I started working. And eventually I just kind of looked at drawing like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I started chasing money after that. I started just trying to work and trying to get my money right, and I forgot all about drawing and everything. It was always in the back of my mind, but it was really like, right? Well, I ended up linking with him one day at a warehouse. We ended up working at the same job together. And everybody knew him as an artist. So I was like, okay. Which camera am I supposed to look at?
No,
don't matter. All right, cool. So anyway, so I saw him and he was always drawing and stuff, and everybody knew him as an artist. So here I am, like, looking at him, I'm like, I could have drawn that.
Nigga was hating.
Basically. I was like, yeah, no, I'm dead ass. Because it's like a learning lesson, I guess, for a lot of other people. Because it's like, I saw him and I was like, yeah, I could draw that, right, whatever. And then I'm going on with my life and whatever. I started rapping. Yes, there were times that me and Johnny ended up linking up without even knowing that we were going to be on the same track or whatever. And we ended up making a track together. And anyway, after that, like I said, I just kept chasing money after that. Johnny still kept drawing and drawing and drawing. He kept posting, and I'm just like, man, I could have drawn that. I could have drawn better than that. I could have done that, right?
Get the hate out your heart.
Yeah, no, and I'm like, every time he was doing something, eventually I was just like, I had to step back, and I was like, why am I hating on this dude? this dude right here is literally liking all my posts. He's sharing a lot of my videos, whatever. There's like literally every time I talk to him.
Well, you already doing animation, or you was just
Nah, I wasn't doing shit. I was like just working.
His villain origin story.
Yeah. So I was making like over 100. Like I was making like decent money, right? And so basically, what I did is I gave up what I dreamed about, and chased the money. But in return, I kind of hated the life that I was living. And I saw Johnny. I didn't care about his money. I don't know what he was making. I just cared about how happy he looked and how happy he looked with doing exactly what he was doing. So I stepped back. I was like, why are you being such a hater? He's not doing anything. All he's doing is just drawing. You know what I mean? So I took a step back and I was like, you're just hating because you're not in the position that you wanted to be, or you're not doing the things that you wanted to do. So I was like, you know what?
Bars.
I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna start drawing myself. But I don't want to be a drawer because that's Johnny's thing. So I started focusing on my own shit. You know what I mean? I started like, you know what? Johnny's doing a good job. You know, I need to appreciate the fact that he's actually doing things on his own and motivating a lot of people out there. So I just started focusing on me, and I was like, you know what? Since he's a drawer, I'm gonna start animating. So I bought a laptop, and I bought the program, and I bought the stylus, and I just started figuring out how to draw. Same time I started figuring out how to animate. So as I'm animating, I'm like, well, as I'm drawing, I'm learning how to animate at the same time. It's just so I could just speed run through everything. Well, I made this whole like 3-minute animation clip. It took like probably like over a year just to make 3 minutes because I'm learning as I'm going. And I think I posted it, and you know, I got a couple likes or whatever. And then Johnny I guess he decided to hit me up. And so the way I looked at Johnny at that time, you know, he had like his on his profile, he's like, oh, he lives in Austin, Texas, and blah blah blah. So I'm all like, oh, yo, this dude's set. Hold on, this boy is calling me and everything. So I was like,
do it.
yeah. So he calls me up.
He excited.
Hell yeah, right. So he calls me up, and I'm like telling my girl and shit, like, hey Johnny's calling me, like, you can't draw Johnny, like he did all this shit. He's the one that motivated me to do all this shit, right? And she's like, oh, good job, whatever, fuck, right? So I'm geeking and shit. So I'm like, what's good? You know what I mean? Like I have to like chill the fuck out. So he's like, hey, what's going on, man? I was like, hey, nah, man, just out here, just you know, just working and shit. And, you know, we just chopping it up. After a while, he just starts like dropping all his personal shit. I was just like, oh, okay, he's just another dude just like me. All right, okay,
Hey,
yeah, we all go through shit.
I hit you up during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
I was going through heavy depression during the pandemic. I was going through a lot of shit that I couldn't control, right? Yeah. And one thing I like to think, I said, this man is literally tagging people I work with, trying to get their attention. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. But how I operate, I'm like, shit, I don't want to get all this money by myself. You know what I'm saying? When you watch an episode of The Simpsons, you got the artist, you got the writer, you got the storyboard, you got the, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit, he can animate, and I could put the skins on top of it, and let's broaden this horizon together. I seen how Cody was when I seen the sample. I was like, he did this by himself? You watching me from afar, and I'm over here minding my business, and you in the shadows like, yeah, okay. Little that you know, I'm going to hit you up to see what we can create together. You know what I mean? Because I can't do everything by myself. I ain't trying to do everything by myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we linked on our first pitch of our project, responded to some stuff online and whatnot, and that shit came out dope. Yeah. And I was like, where you drive from? We drove like an hour away to come to my house.
Yeah, I came from Freeport. I was driving from Freeport all the way over there to the west side.
All the way out to Cypress, right? He set up his thing, his microphone stand, and then we did our first little thing. I'm like, man, this live. And then we was like, hey, man, let's do something like Pokemon. Then we put that clip together, and we was like, dawg, this shit look like Adult Swim. This shit look like Cartoon Network shit. I drew it. He made it move. This shit looks just exactly like it is on TV. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So the way we actually link up and shit is he would draw the style of the animation. So it could be any kind of cartoon style or whatever. All I would do is just get his style and mimic it, or I would just I would erase some of erase an arm and then just redraw it, and then that's it. Basically, he's the one that sets the tone. I'm just the one that makes it move. So that's usually how we do things now. So it's like, yeah, it started with just really, basically the way I wanted to tell Johnny, and I told a lot of people, is that a lot of the times you're being a hater is just really the fact that you're not happy with your own life. And I know that a lot of people say that already, but it's like when it comes to personal perspective, is like you have to realize that there are problems that you're not fixing yourself, and you need to work on yourself in order for you to actually get to where you want to be. And that's how I was able to do with Johnny. Is just that he was the motivator, and I was just like, man,
stop, man. Stop.
this guy.
Feeling great right now.
Now he's like, nah, we're cool as shit. He talks shit. I talk shit. Sometimes it's like we go like
We argue.
Yeah, we argue like
on the phone, like,
yeah, straight
man,
up.
why you ain't sent me that file, man? Like, this is the idea, man. We could have hit this, but like, it's just the way we try to tackle content is the way how South Park did it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when something happened, they got an episode next week. So, like, for instance, when Sha'Carri Richardson went through her thing, man, I locked in all weekend just to do that.
Like 2 days later there, or 3 days later that we dropped.
Yeah, we dropped it. We dropped that animation with the Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Keep your head to the sky. Cause I said I wanted everybody tearing her down talking about it, but I want to do something uplifting. Cause I know music, you can hear a song and it can fix the ambience of that scene. So we was like, why not make her running in the sky and she soaring through the sky and she open her eyes, she high. You feel me? And then she lands down peacefully. I was like, man, that shit was one of the coldest things we ever did. And so now it feel like we were merging from just artists to creative directors. That's why I told them, like, boy, we creative directors now, dog. Like, we got the visuals. We did a live action, and it goes into an animation clip. We got the segments and everything and all that, the subjects that we try to tackle. So it's just trying to be consistent and create our own creative world within the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because I see other creators, they'll animate a music video or a song with their artists and they get more likes and all that type of stuff. But I told them it's going to take longer when you being original, when you being true to yourself. We'll do that every now and then, but we going to give them us. You know what I'm saying? To separate from the masses. Yeah. And I wanted to say one thing. When we was at Classroom Concerts and I freestyled next to you, I knew who you were before you knew who I was. I've been seeing your podcast emerging. I knew your name and all that. And I said, I got to leave an impression. I said, I don't know how I'm going to link up with this brother again, but it's going to be in something. So shut that down, wreck that hoe, you know what I'm saying? We exchanged numbers, and then you saw us. You like, man, you doing animation, and now we here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. It's kind of like, like David saw you, you know what I'm saying? I saw y'all, and I'm like, yeah, this needs to be like, it need to be bigger than what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. So, it's just so many things. Like, we just really getting started, but man, it's just so many things. Like, I'm just looking forward to it, and then things y'all got going on, original content. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that we've done already to, animate the interviews and shit like that. That's cool. We just getting, our feet wet with that shit.
For sure, yeah.
Some of the things we've talked about, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to tease it, but. We talked about doing some original shit and getting it together.
That's all they need to know.
That's all they need to know.
Yeah. It's too many great creative minds here, man. It's too many, and Houston in general needs to see a new realm such as this. Cause I seen the show Freaknik with T-Pain had created on Adult Swim and all that. That's based in Atlanta and all that. You know what I'm saying? Houston, Texas needs something, a little representation. You know what I mean? Whether it's a character or something like that to show all grounds in the culture. And why not do it animated? You know what I'm saying? It looks good. You can eat it with your eyes. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's not trash. Yeah, I know that. You feel me?
What's up? This nigga Johnny, y'all gonna be like, damn, this nigga Johnny, man, he's arrogant.
Man, I'm confident, dog, because I know how long I studied, dog. I know how long I pay attention. I listen to music, I listen to sound. When I watch film and all that, I be watching film from the perspectives now. The angles, perspectives, and all that.
Angles is a big thing.
Like when we did the episode 1 of She Works, man, I drew a storyboard, bro. I ain't never drew a storyboard before. But I was like, man, if you gonna watch our content, I wanted to look like a show. IGTV. It's TV for a reason, so why not put on a show? You know what I mean? We gonna go out and we gonna shoot the same shit. We gonna go in the venue and we gonna create that dialogue, that scene. Nothing against the other creators that do TikToks and everything like that, but if you gonna be, I want to be passionate about it. I want to show how serious. Like, oh damn, they got over 30 people in this venue dressed up the occasion like it's an art show in an upscale part in Houston. With a whole dialogue, you know what I mean?
Yeah, boys are legit trying to create a TV show for IGTV.
Like, that's how serious we take it because we think bigger rooms. I said, okay, I accomplished this. I done everything I could imagine with drawing. Done books, logos, made it to the news, shade room, all deaf, and all that type of stuff. I'm like, okay, so what if we think bigger? What can come out of it? You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I forward think.
Yeah. What do y'all have a favorite thing to draw? Like, what's y'all's favorite thing? Like, yeah, this is what I really like to draw.
He likes the Scribble Johnny project because it's easy.
I'm the Scribble Johnny. That's my shit. Like, I mean, he's the creator. He's the one that started it from
Snapchat.
He started a Snapchat, what, like
Man,
2014?
bro,
15?
back in, I'm gonna tell you the story. I had no life. Right on Snapchat, I see people having fun and shit, and I know how my imagination works. So I would draw on my screen and do voiceovers and upload it and do these short little funny ass stories, and people loved it. You know what I mean? They tune in every night. I'm like, damn, people actually watching my Snap because I'm giving them this. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I can't go to this event, but you can see how I think, and I just kept going with it. So just doing little short stories on Snapchat, and now we got the power of animation. Now we can bring that live, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I stayed with it, and now it's just starting to fulfill itself. You know what I mean? So what I did when I was born out of hobby is it got us here. You know?
Yeah, we both have really different styles. It's like I feel like there's two different types of teams. There's like a Marvel team, and then there's like an anime team. Like he's more of the Marvel and the comic books. I'm more of the anime, and I think it like relates to because of the fact that I'm also do animation. You know what I mean? So I look at a lot of anime. I watch a lot of anime. I look at their eyes. I look at the way they move and the amount of pages it takes just to make a movement and things like that. He's more like the creative director when it comes to actually trying to make the storyboards and writing the script and stuff like that. So I feel like he leans more towards she works her magic and stuff, and I lean more towards Scribble Johnny.
Yeah, because our other project was a live action animation. I'm taking a new perspective. I was talking about like spiritual healing and everything like that because that was a journey I personally went through. But how can you put that message in and put humor in it? How can you put animation? So if somebody were to meditate and they go into a realm, I wanted to look like Avatar, the Last Airbender on Nickelodeon. You feel what I'm saying? Then you come back to reality and shit like that. You seen the Wu-Tang series? Yeah, just like how RZA did it. When we got the power and me and this brother doing it. So we got some like-minded sisters who's been behind helping us do it. They understand the vision. I hand-selected them. I was like, she really about this living. She really about this living. Okay, so play this role and how you going to fulfill it. And then they come and they show up and they show out. So it's just a story that I feel need to be told because it's inspired by the TV shows Insecure and She's Gotta Have It and everything like that. I see the social commentary, so I wanted to also do, okay, we have a project, Scribble Johnny, where it's more fun, it's more colorful, and more hits the jokes, but then I wanted to do a live action one that can give you the animation, but can give you a story and dialogue that's relatable on subjects that I haven't seen filmmakers touch on. When is lunch?
We're letting the sun marinate on our skin, Johnny.
You mean like some sun chips? Yeah, at this moment, Planteria had me entirely fucked up. What you talking about? Boy's hungry right now. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry ain't gonna put this out. That's how I be thinking.
Who's some of y'all's favorite artists and animators?
Man,
or shows or things like that you would say?
Man, there's a lot of artists. When it comes to me, as far as the eyes go, it would be like the creators of Attack on Titan. The creators of Attack on Titan, that's what inspired me to make the eyes very significant. They're all like crazy different compared to just, I think it's usually like 3 colors that a lot of animators use. It's just like the blue eye with a black circle in the middle and then a white speck for like the shine. I try to put lines within the eyes and try to get 2 different types of beaming from the from the light and stuff. As far as the movements and stuff like that, I go with Naruto. You know, I actually have a tattoo of one of the characters of Naruto on me. Big fan.
This is anime?
Anime.
You talking above me now.
Yeah.
You gotta bring me the realm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it's 2 animators for anime. You know, one is Naruto, that's anime, and Attack on Titan, that's another anime. They're just 2 different styles, but they actually, I feel like I try to mix both of them up when it comes to Scribble Johnny, at least as far as their eyes go, or as far as what I'm trying to do as far as the movements. You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because the turnaround, I see him the PNGs, man, I'm finna go to sleep. It's done. It's 11:30, fool. You knock that hoe out like that? I'm like, man, that's what's up, man. That's why men needing. You know what I mean? So, as far as my favorite cartoons, I like The Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park. That's what we're pulling our humor from, and social commentary and everything like that. What's another one? Big Mouth. I think Jordan Peele's behind that one with the adult humor and shit like that.
I feel like a lot of the stories that we're trying to make is like we're trying to get more and more edgy. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to. I don't want to say sound more offensive, but we want to be able to get to a point where we can say whatever we want and not have to worry about backlash.
Well, I need to ask you for a favor. Okay, what do you need? I need you to fuck Margaret for me. What the fuck? That's your wife. I know, but something about it arouses both of us. I don't know, man.
You know,
You'll get backlash by everything.
Yeah, you always
no
gonna get backlash. But it's kind of like right now, everybody looks at South Park, and if they do something about like a handicapped kid, they're not gonna do anything about it. They're like, oh, it's kind of expected from that show. You know what I mean? Same thing with Family Guy. I feel like that's our comedy, but a lot of people don't know us personally. So we're trying to put part of our personality onto those shows so they could actually know that, yeah, we can go there, but we have to work our way to get there. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a lot of us right here.
For sure.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, man, what's next that y'all can talk about?
Sure, man. What's next is we're gonna have a new episode of Scribble Johnny coming out. We're merging into new lanes. We're touching music, we're touching film and animation. It's like, and we're packaging it together. It's like it's a cool experience. This is a patient experience because one of our episodes we shot, man, we filmed that mug, and it took us a minute to get the rest of the film because the Dropbox. And one night I went to his house. We was up to 3 a.m. editing, you know what I mean, just to get it right. And when you watch this 3-minute little short clip, you would never known it. You know what I mean? So it's just the building process, to knowing how when you're creating with a like-minded person alongside with you that understands the vision.
You gotta also figure out who can be in your team and who can't.
For sure,
know?
I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's all part of the experience. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I told him, man, this is new. I said, but every time I did something new, something expounded. So let's just keep going. So just music, film, all that. We want our own square for our own stuff, so you can get the back ends on that and everything like that. And it's just learning how it is to touch those other realms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah. Right now we're touching. We're touching a lot on Scribble Johnny. It's the fastest thing that we can draw. It's the fastest content that we can get to. Right now we have a lot of we're writing a lot of stories for She Works for Magic as far as the next episode goes. And, you know, we're trying to get all the content together so we could actually put it together. Because, it's like I said, it's just me and Johnny, you know. So when we're both trying to get together and figure everything out, it takes a long time. But other than that, yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we're trying to work on. And then y'all will get that as well.
And it's like about putting in the different rooms. That's why I mentioned film festivals and all that type of stuff and things like that. Because, like I said, I feel I know what spots to go to in the city or outside the city and everything like that. I'm like, man, it's gonna look good here. Representation. I learned representation from watching the film Black Panther, Ryan Coogler. You know what I'm saying? With She Works for Magic, the representation. There's a community that doesn't really get light shed upon it unless Erykah Badu step out.
Greetings.
Destiny's Child. How the hell y'all get in my house?
You haven't been avoiding us, have you?
Nah, man.
It's time for your second transitional healing journey.
We show up when our presence is needed.
You feel me? So that show is kind of like if Erykah Badu and Adult Swim had teamed up and joined forces or whatever. That's the type of creative and humor I want to put out there by having social commentary with humor and creative animation. You know what I'm saying?
Pick a card, Johnny.
It's time to do. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Got a Futura. To be in your presence is one thing, but to touch your presence is another. So thick and so righteous. Here lies this card of truth of all meaning. What does it mean? Does it elevate? Tell me more. I fiend and I yearn for your learning. All in one. You know what I mean? So like I said, it takes a while. It's a process. We've been working on that for like almost 2 years. We did the first season. Now we're on the season 2 and we're making the story in depth. Versus just rush responding. We writing. Okay, say this at this point. And okay, we gonna go film here at City Center. Like I go and I seen something that looks good. It's a damn lamp with flames coming out. Like, go sit down right there, Neef, and we gonna put the camera up and all that. And just how the idea work.
Yeah, he has the eye for a lot of ideas.
Man.
You know, when She Works for Magic, he was the one that thought of the idea. He's the one that thought of where to shoot the idea at and who to get casted and who should be the videographer, all that. And that's why I praise him a lot on those things, because he's very creative when it comes to the angles and the storyboard and everything. You know, I was just, whenever the first time we did that, I was just really just there just so I could draw, like, to animate everything. After I got in the story as well, and he told me how everything's gonna be running as far as the character developments, and I was just like, okay, I see how he's trying to get to where he needs to get, you know. That's why I said, that's why he's always saying that he's what do you call yourself? A creative director?
A creative director, like Steven Spielberg, like Jordan Peele, like Ryan
I always
Coogler.
just say I'm an animator.
Nah, you more than an animator, brother. You gotta give yourself more credit than that, man. Yeah, man, it's just like, you gotta take it to the next level. I can draw all day, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, man, I want more. You want more, but we want more.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Ceiling, as soon as we feel like we hit a ceiling,
Not
it's like,
comfortable.
we got to figure out another route.
Hell no, not
You know?
comfortable. Never comfortable, bro. I'm like, I got all these trophies and accomplishments. I'm like, man, I want more, dog. If we want more, we gotta work harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I mean, shit, it's coming up. It's
For
coming.
sure.
Yeah. For sure, man. I appreciate y'all boys coming through, man.
We appreciate you,
For sure.
and we love what we're doing with the podcast. I love what you're doing, dog. The city been needing this, and we happy to add to it, dog. For
Man, I
real.
appreciate y'all. You know, I don't know, man. People love cartoons, dog.
Because you know what? They never seen the city in a form in a cartoon or something. Imagine a Dose Film next Saturday, Houston. You know what I'm saying? Starring, but you know what I'm saying. And then they say, "Oh shit, we bad boys. They got their own cartoon."
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna tune into that. It got to be created.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be creative.
At some point, the people were flipping shit because they thought Grand Theft Auto 4 was going to be in Houston.
I remember that.
Everybody thought it was going to be in Houston.
I remember
and then,
that.
I don't know what the hell happened.
They not
Damn, I
because
forgot all about that.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was going crazy. I remember that.
Yeah, so imagine that. Like, we're trying to be a creator right here in Houston, Texas, so that's kind of lifting up a lot of people as well.
Yeah, because once
It ain't about trying. We got to erase trying what we doing.
Yeah.
we doing it for sure.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is true, because like I said, he did motivate me to get off chasing money completely and then actually go for the dream that I wanted to do. You know what I
Don't
mean?
get it wrong. Get the money, kids.
Nah, yeah, get the
this
money.
shit ain't easy.
Get the money, but I'm
go get
saying
the money,
it's
but
like,
then if you have a
don't
passion for something,
sacrifice.
go
Yeah.
for it.
Don't
Because
sacrifice your dream. Don't sacrifice your dream.
if I would have listened to what people had told me, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be here, dog. I made it purposeful. I said, man, I followed a formula of somebody, and it took me years, isolation, and it made it into that, and that had worked magic. You feel me? And like I say, shit, it's on there for you.
That's what it is, man. Well, you can't draw Johnny. You know what I'm saying, David, man. You can't animate, man. Listen, man. Appreciate y'all boys coming through. Appreciate y'all boys. You know what I'm saying, jumping down with everything, man. We got a whole lot coming. Y'all stay tuned. You know what I'm saying. Follow them. Listen. Tap into what they got going on. You know what I'm saying, because they have their own animations, their own. You know what I'm saying. Series that they do. You know what I'm saying. So tap into that. And let them know where y'all can, you know, where they can find all that.
Man, at You Can't Animate, lowercase U though. You know what I'm saying? Don't type Y-O-U. You Can't Animate at You
The
Can't
letter
Draw
U.
Johnny.
The letter U.
The letter U.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to be short. Because, you know, people got short attention spans. They don't like typing shit. So, letter U, You Can't Animate, You Can't Draw Johnny. Zap Animate.
ZAP and then animate.
Follow the Scribble Johnny at She Works Her Magic, man. And these are projects we're passionate about, just like we're passionate about being on Donnie Houston podcast and bringing y'all something for the culture and for the city. So, man, if you want it, man, support it, and then it can go from there.
Another thing too, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, you know, because people ask me too, you know, how can I get some animation? You know what I'm saying? Let them know, you know, how to contact y'all. You know, they are open to doing other custom animations as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
that's that. Already. But yeah, man, it's Donnie's podcast. I'm Donnie Houston. You Can't Draw Johnny.
Yeah.
Zap Animate.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we up out of here, man.
Peace.
Donnie Houston.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.